Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Goddamn Gamecube, the best goddamn video game podcast there is. And this is another edition of Fresh Take Tuesday, and we are gonna discuss Elden Ring. Jesus Christ. So there was
The trailer for Elden Ring.
Yeah, the trailer for Elden Ring. Yeah, we got like 2 minutes of fake gameplay to analyze. So Jesus Christ. I mean, so what I really like right off the bat here is that it's coming out relatively soon. So
January.
Week after my birthday. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, Nick's birthday is January 14th. So
yeah,
don't worry.
Gift.
He makes plenty of money. You don't need to get it for him. That's
no,
okay.
wait.
Maybe I will.
They don't need to know that.
They don't need to know that. Oh, that's funny. So yeah, it comes out January 21st, 2022. I'm actually really happy that this has been a little bit of a trend where when you announce a game, it comes out relatively soon. Like I expected like a TBA 2022, 2023, but that's great. So Beppy, do you have any initial off the cuff thoughts here?
No, I guess a good place to start is get a general thumbs up, thumbs down overall. What do you guys think?
You know what's funny? I mean, with a trailer like this, I feel like it's more like fanboy hype. So
Sure.
like for me, that's a mega thumbs up. I mean, it doesn't visually look very impressive. You know what I mean? It just looks like Dark Souls 4. Like,
yeah. Well, it's they've never been great with fidelity or whatever, but I think maybe we're just spoiled by the Demon Souls remake.
Oh yeah, I know. Nick, did you have an initial like thought here? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
Honestly, my initial thought I mean, come on now. Thumbs up. Come on, let's go. Elden Ring.
Yeah, let's go.
Can I just say, I totally forgot about this game.
Yeah.
Like, one of our friends messaged me, said, hey, it's finally coming out. And I went, what are you talking about? Why is he messaging me? It's like a new Fire Emblem game coming out or something? And then I went to Twitter, and I was like, holy fuck, it's happening.
Yeah, then you messaged every group chat we're in, you're like, red alert! Like, red alert, it's fucking happening! Elden Ring.
Every group chat I'm in.
Yeah, every group chat.
Oh man, basically my impression was, at first I was like, I don't know about that, because like you said, it doesn't look amazing visually, but it felt kind of like similar to Dark Souls 3 aesthetically to me, and I was hoping, I think, for something a little different. But I'm still on board. It kind of won me over as it went along, because you started to see those. It started out pretty innocuous, like as you'd expect, and then you got to see all that FromSoft creativity on display with all those weird character designs and whatnot.
Yeah, like the pot boy, right? The guy, the arms.
Yeah, who's like your favorites that were in there?
I'm a big fan of like that Moonlight Moose or whatever that was.
That looked really cool.
Yeah,
you can just like put these up on the screen as the video goes along, just like Photoshop the pot boys over our faces or something.
Maybe my picture will just be the Moonlight Moose.
Yes.
Yeah. What I thought was like interesting and also not interesting is just like what I feel like just everything Miyazaki does, I just eat it up, so I have to like contain myself.
Yeah.
Because I mean, everybody knows this. We kind of stand FromSoft and FromSoft games on this show. Like we like them a lot.
Yeah.
I think with this, this looked like Dark Souls, but you're on a horse, right?
Yeah.
that's essentially what it looked like.
Like a World of Warcraft mount of some kind, that like goat horns or whatever, and it somehow jumps up a cliff with like a halo gravity lift. Did you catch that part?
Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
I mean, so another thing that jumped out to me, I made this joke on Twitter to some people. I called it Dark Souls 4 because it's like they literally just like changed out the words they use. Like you're
like
not
a Mad Lib.
Yeah. Like you're not an undead, you're a tarnished.
The tarnished.
Yeah, and like there's like more verbiage about like it's a cursed. It's like what did they call it? Like an undying curse or something like that, like a never-ending curse. I'm like, okay, we've seen that before. And they showed a little bit of like I think it was summoning in other players was still
like
in the
blue
game.
Phantoms again.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it just looks like Dark Souls 3, but Beppy, you can keep going.
No, I agree, but I do think something else I wanted to bring up is that this kind of feels like the culmination of a lot of stuff, in though it's sort of the way that Dark Souls 3 did, but a little bit more, because not only does it look like Dark Souls, it's kind of, there's like a ninja kind of guy who I think stealth is confirmed as a viable path in this game. So we'll see how well they do with that. And that's kind of taking a leaf out of Sekiro's book. And you've also got like a werewolf guy, so you got some Bloodborne influence in there, and it's all kind of stirring together. Who knows if we get some Kingsfield stuff next? You know?
I don't think we're going back to Kingsfield. I mean, I can't even say I'd love to. It just kind of is what it is.
You know, Beppy, I'm like pretty glad you said that, because that got me thinking. I'm not saying this game is going to be like this at all, but you know what other game in a series that this podcast really likes had one game where they threw everything that they wanted in, believing that this one would be their last one, was Fire Emblem Awakening. And I'm not saying it gives me those sort of vibes, but if they're taking everything they love and putting it into one game, I don't know, hot take alert, maybe this is the last game in this sort of setting or this sort of series that FromSoft is going to do. That's something that I took from the trailer. Who knows?
Bandai Namco is going to milk this franchise for the next decade.
It's like 3 at least,
right.
bare minimum. I don't know.
You're probably right.
I
Just
do,
something I noticed.
but I mean, my joke is unfounded because you said FromSoft. I mean, you know what, dude? I thought this game was gonna be the different one, but it's literally Dark Souls 3. Like, that's exactly what it looks like.
But I'm not mad.
No, like, I'm not either. Like, I think, I think I should make that clear. I'm not upset. I'm really excited for this game, and I think I typed "Let's go" in all caps in like every form imaginable. So
I think at the end of the day, like my prediction is, like, we're gonna finish and be like, oh, that's pretty good, you know. like it's not gonna like reinvent the wheel or anything. I feel like, I don't know, this guy has by his own admission, he claims he's not very good at storytelling, so maybe he's just doing the same thing again. But I mean, if I see a fucking poison swamp, I'm gonna kill him. I'm just like,
you know, there's gonna
like,
be a poison.
You've done
swamp.
it 6 times already, man. Like, we can't do this anymore. Come on, grow up.
Dude, who knows? I'm trying to think
that's why he brought in George R.R. Martin, right?
Oh, so this game would never come out? Is that why?
I mean, as one of our friends famously said in one of our groups, the biggest achievement of this game is that it's a George R.R. Martin project that got finished.
Yeah.
No. And that's crazy because Nick, you and I are pretty big fans of the books.
Yeah.
And what he did finish is pretty phenomenal.
Yes.
So it's nice to see. I mean, like, it's kind of strange that he found time for this, but I always appreciate some germ content wherever he shows up.
I mean, one of my thoughts from the trailer was like there was a lot more voices, and it seemed like I'm not sure. This is a 2-minute trailer. Maybe there's going to be more of a narrative aspect, maybe building on what they did with Sekiro, where they tried a more traditional narrative in that game. Maybe this one, they're trying to take it a step further. And now, of course, they have George R.R. Martin's influence. Yeah. So maybe he's the guy who can bring it all together. It's a weird pairing, but maybe it'll work.
Maybe. Going on that for a second too. I mean, it's so hard to tell from this like 2 or 3 minute trailer. It just looked like a lot of slow-mo shots of using weapon arts and you're just jumping really high. You know what I mean? Like there was a lot of that. You know what I would really like to see? I mean, I normally don't encourage people to keep going back to the well and doing the same thing over again, but I'm really curious, like, what kind of RPG FromSoft is going to make after in Sekiro it was really pared down. Like, you know how there weren't really any builds or skills or anything like, well, I mean, there was, you know what I mean? Like, there are skills and stuff, but you couldn't really build a wolf. You were kind of, you are who you are. I'm curious, like, if they're going to go back to the stat-heavy, equipment-heavy of, like, you know, sort of the classic FromSoft that we're familiar with. I really don't know. It's just hard to tell.
I would love to. I would love it if they did.
Yeah,
honestly.
Me too.
I don't know if it's going to be like down to the, you know, I'm not sure if they're moving away from that, but I think there is going to be a little bit more diversity in the builds from what I've been led to believe.
Okay.
So, you know, some mages, some stealth action, archers and whatnot. I did want to get your impressions of, do you think they're actually going to do a good job with the horse combat, or what do you think?
I mean, you know what? Can I say yes? Because Dark Souls combat is really good.
For sure.
Like it's like the one thing about Dark Souls that has, you know, made every other game worse for me. where by like Dark Souls plays so well and it's so heavy. And I just love the physics of swinging weapons around that I actually think it will be really good. I mean, the only thing that I kind of make fun of FromSoft games for is that they don't look very good, and like the frame rate is always junky. But I mean, the combat is like my least worry. I think it's going to be really good. And Nick, I don't know what you think.
Yeah, Greg, I'm glad you said that. I mean, this wasn't the first time we heard there might be horse combat in this game, right? When I first heard it, I'm like, oh God, I don't like horse, vehicle, any sort of mounted combat in pretty much any game I play. But if one company is going to do it right, I believe in FromSoft / Bandai Namco to actually do it right.
Yeah.
The battle they showed, I think, was the dragon, where you're riding the horse around. I never played this game, but we've got an episode coming out pretty soon about it. It kind of gave me some Shadow of the Colossus feels.
Yeah.
Where you're going after this giant monster with a horse. I don't know what you guys felt about that.
The big guy he looked kind of like he was made of bricks and he has a bell hanging off of him. That gave me those vibes as well. Because
when you're on the horse and yeah. I mean, hey, it's a good game to take influence from. I'm sure they already have. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
you were actually, I think, on that episode talking about how Dark Souls itself was kind of inspired by Shadow of the Colossus, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, it's got to be. I mean, the way they handle boss encounters and how intimidatingly big they are, they've got it.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Do you guys have any other thoughts about this trailer? I mean, I stand this franchise so hard. I'm just like, let's go. But beyond that, I don't know if I have anything else to add.
Nick, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I'll go first. So, I mean, I guess first of all is I'm just glad it's happening. Now we all have to worry, like, is this going to get delayed? I hope it's like close to completion, if not completed.
I don't want to rain on anyone's parade, but I'm getting like a vibration through the future that this is going to get delayed by like 3 months.
Okay.
3 months. That's about it. But
I wouldn't be surprised, but like, I know, I don't want to think that either, because it's already been pretty much delayed / we heard nothing about this for a long time, that I'm a little worried that it might get delayed again. But I guess the last thing, oh, sorry, go ahead, Beppy.
No, just if they got to do it, they got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if they're going to delay it to make it better, I'm fine with it. Last thing I want to mention is the person who runs this Summer Game Fest, the event that this was announced at, Jeff Keighley.
Keighley, I love him.
Keighley, yeah. Keighley, I forget. Yeah. He tweeted out, was it yesterday, that that FromSoft actually said they wanted Elden Ring to be announced last at this show to give all of the other games a chance to get a little time in the limelight, and to have Elden Ring be like a reward.
Sure.
For watching everything. And I thought that was pretty cool of Miyazaki to do. He knew Elden Ring was going to get all the press, all the reactions.
The main event for sure.
Yeah. I mean, shit, if you went on Twitter after the event, the trending word was "it's real," with hundreds of thousands of mentions, which he knew this was going to take the spotlight. So I think it's pretty cool of him to let them show all the other games first before showing this. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I was just gonna say it's really fun. I actually like that guy Jeff Keighley a lot, because he was kind of notoriously, that picture of he's standing in front of like the Mountain Dew and Doritos, the Halo thing. I may have mentioned this on a previous episode, but he apparently because he was memed so much, he became like ashamed of his role in games media, and he kind of reinvented himself as the host of the Game Awards. He does, right?
He is.
Yep.
And he just seems like a really, really standout guy, and he was very giddy when he introduced Elden Ring, so I thought that was really sweet.
Yeah.
No, I like I said, I think I mean, if they do it right, if like you guys think, the horse combat may be the takeaway, where people are like, oh, I fucking loved riding around the horse, and or if it doesn't, it'll be that one that it'll make them or break them, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, it's if it sucks, it's gonna bring the whole game down around it.
Honestly, by the amount of times they showed the horse in the trailer, you're right. I think the horse combat and horse riding is going to be a huge part of the gameplay, because I think they said this game is going to be at least semi-open world, which I do cringe when I hear that these days.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
like I said,
the other ones are too. I mean, they're just Zelda open world style.
I know.
I'm not afraid.
I heard that this one might be a little bit more open than the others, but who knows? Either way, like I said about the horse combat, if one company is going to do it right, I trust FromSoft to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wasn't in terms of rewards, Sekiro maybe not so much, but the other games I think they reward you very frequently for going off the beaten path. So maybe it'll it won't be a big empty shell, is what I'm saying. But no, I think what's keeping me hooked in here is these unique designs that only they are really pulling out of their ass right now. I can't think of any
Yeah.
other developer that's making, I don't know, you get every now and then like Kojima and his weird shit, but it like, the Burger King guy I just sent you, and I knew immediately that it was gonna, because this is all people have for like however long, and it's all they've had for so long, that they're gonna meme the shit out of it. And
Yeah.
I knew that, like, with the emphasis of that boss character where he says, "I command thee, kneel." I was like, there's gonna be somebody who says, "Who's Neil? Who's he talking about?"
Yeah.
It's like, and sure enough, I found one like very quickly. I was like, holy fuck. But no, I mean, it. I would have preferred something a little bit further from Souls, to be honest with you. But I still think there's a good amount of like identity that is sort of emerging from their art direction, as there always is. I wanna actually cap it off by just like spitballing ideas, like to put in perspective what I want from this developer, like what I hoped their next project was going to be, was like our friend AJ, who we've discussed a couple times. He's the one who coined Andy Sekiro. He and I kind of were spitballing some ideas about like a Souls game set in like modern times with like Japanese businessmen. And it's like, and it's set in our current time, and it plays the exact same way, but it's a completely different setting. I mean, I'd be open for,
Honestly, sign me up. I'm into it.
right?
Sign me up.
Some weird. I don't need the
Someone get
fantasy.
AJ in the boardroom, huh? Can we get him in the director's
Yeah,
meeting?
right.
Listen, guys,
Good
I've got
ideas,
it.
man.
You're gonna be in Shibuya, and it's Dark Souls. It's like,
Shenmue 4.
yeah, Jesus Christ.
Oh my
All right.
god.
Well, I think that's all we've wrung out of that 3 minutes, but
Yeah.
I guess we'll have more in the future, in January at least.
Yeah, I can't wait to do the breakdown on this game, when it eventually comes out. But yeah, thank you guys for being here for the trailer breakdown. And yeah, I think that'll be it for Fresh Take Tuesday, and that's it for Goddamn GameCube for now. So if you like what you hear and you like what you see, please subscribe to our channel, and thank you guys for watching. Thank you. We'll see you next time.